All right. Avoiding these DoorDash orders will ultimately help you make more money. And in this video, I'm going to share the types of DoorDash orders you should avoid as a driver, why you should avoid these DoorDash orders, and finally, we are going to end with the orders you should take as a DoorDash driver. Avoid DoorDash upside down orders. And you're probably new and you might be thinking, what is an upside down order? Well, here it is. It is actually when the miles on your offer screen are greater than the dollar amount that is shown. So, for an example, you have 10 miles for $5, or you have 4 miles for $3. See there? The mile is greater than the dollar amount. The reason why you do not want to take these orders is because you are losing money. The whole entire concept of DoorDash and being an independent contractor is to make the most amount of money you possibly can while you're out working. If you take these orders, you are losing money between gas, car miles you're putting on your car. When you add up all the expenses, it is not worth taking. You want to make profits. You don't want to have losses when it comes to DoorDash. Think of it as a business. It is a business. Is when you actually see profits, that means that you're making more money. When you see negatives, that's when you're losing money. Same concept here when it comes to an order. So the next time you see something like this, decline and move on. The next one is $2 DoorDash offers, or even I'm going to throw in there $2.75. Why? Because the customer just doesn't appreciate their driver, which means that most likely there are no tip offers. I get asked all the time, Kim, how can you tell if it's a no tip order? That's a very good indicator. Now, DoorDash does a pretty decent job. If everybody keeps declining the same offer over and over again, they keep raising the base pay. So sometimes they'll kind of slip in some no-tip offers in there, and you really don't know you're taking it because it could be $4 going 1 mile. It could even be $3 going 1 mile. And you might take it, and at the end, you're like, darn it, I took a no-tip order. So I'm never going to tell you to never take a no-tip order. It would be a lie if I told you that I've never taken a no-tip order. It happens. But this is clear as day that there is nothing in here that indicates that the customer is appreciating the driver's time, the car that they're using to drive to their house, expense on the driver. They don't look at that. They look at, I'm getting my order delivered to my house, kind of screw the driver, as long as I get what I want when I want it. So be it. And I said it in the first one, you're here to make money. When you see orders as far as $2, is it really worth your time? Which actually brings me to the next one. DoorDash orders that are not worth your time. This is a very cliche saying, but it's fitting for what we do. Time is money. The quicker you can get an order done is the quicker way to move on to the next order, and you are making more money. On the flip side, some of these orders can take a long time based off of the miles you're driving, whether you're shopping for the items instead of picking up and dropping off, whether they are a stacked order, which means that it's 2 pickups and 2 drop-offs. Those are time consuming. So I want you to look to really guesstimate how long an order would take you, and then look at the dollar amount. And that is a very good indicator on whether you should avoid certain offers. For example, the other day, and I just did a video on this, I'm going to put it right here. It was a shop and it was a retail pickup and it was going 12 miles. Okay, but it was $36. So it's $36 worth my time. I estimated that on the rough side, it was going to take me an hour and a half to complete. It took less than that, and I got $36 from it. It was worth taking at that time. But if I got the same offer and it was only $15, knowing it was going to take me roughly an hour and a half, is that worth my time? No. You have to really get to know restaurants. How long do they take? Are you going to be waiting for a while? The long drive, if there's miles attached, is it highway? Is it county roads? How long do you think it's going to take you to actually drive there and drive back? You have to remember the drive back because you need to pay yourself for that as well. A lot of times we forget, we see an offer and go, oh, great, it's $15 going 10 miles. You're like, okay, it's probably $1.50 per mile. No, it's actually $15 going 20 miles because you have to think of there and back. And that's one thing you always have to take into account besides your time. Value your time when it comes to every offer that comes in. If you know that an offer is $5 going 1 mile and you can get done in 10 minutes, that's even bonus because you can move on to the next order. Time is definitely money when it comes to whether orders are worth your time. And that is a lot of decisions that you need to make. And if it's not worth your time, avoid them and decline. So what orders should you take on the DoorDash platform? I feel like this is a very tricky and loaded question because it's in the eye of the beholder. You are the one who has to make the right decision for you. I am never going to tell you how to run your business. I will tell you what I did before with all the ones you should avoid. Just go in there knowing that every single order takes time and how quickly can you get it done and move on so you're constantly making money. A lot of this also has to do with the tier program, right? DoorDash is known for it. If you are a dasher like myself, I am a platinum dasher. I know that I only have a certain amount of declines per day and what orders I'm looking for, and I save my declines for the really bad orders. If you are a person who is not in any tiers and want to decline until you get the right order, then you know what? That's perfectly fine too. And you can actually set your own parameters and whatever dollar per mile you want, whatever dollar amount you want, just know that by limiting yourself to the orders that come in, you're limiting the amount of money that you make. So choose your orders wisely. Figure out on the DoorDash platform how you want to work it. Do you want to be in a tier? Do you not want to be in a tier? And then that will help you determine what orders to take and not to take and avoid. So let me ask you, what orders do you avoid on the DoorDash app? What ones do you decline automatically and say, nope, never gonna happen? Go ahead and let me know. Early in this video, I said to check out this next video about worry-free cancellations. Well, it's here right now, and I'll see you over there.